Hello, how was school? How's everybody doing?
All right.
Very good.
Good. Thank you.
Sweet. Top of the morning, evening, afternoon, and good night to one and all. It is Sunday, 10:30 in the morning. Hey! Thank you for all the donations. Almost didn't do this morning, but then I was like, as much as people are throwing donations, might as well do it anyway. I got a fun topic I want to talk about today. Unless you guys want to bring something to the table, which is going to be weird, but tell me if you have anything you want to bring to the
As
table.
long as we don't talk about sweat, I'm all for it.
Yeah, we won't be talking about sweat here. I can promise you that. That's not going to happen. You guys don't have anything? Seriously?
Usually, if you have something that's usually better than the stuff we have,
Yeah, that's
so
true. That's true.
why? I mean, there is some stuff in the group.
Got it.
But,
Prices are going up. Jobs are going down. Layoffs are going up. Economy's going down. What the fuck, America?
Session time, baby.
No matter how you look at this, and I know what people say, like I hear it, they're all saying it. Oh, it'll get better. It'll get better.
Everything gets better eventually.
If you're looking at sheer numbers, just numbers, if you're looking at just numbers saying, all right, how does America look right now? On paper, we look fucking terrible.
that might be a knee-jerk reaction, right?
No, it's gonna take years.
Nah.
Oh yes, yes, of
You-
course it will.
You have companies laying off people like Apple. Okay. Let me not use that. Let me not use Apple because Apple's in a bad way right now. But let me use. There's another corporation.
Google is also they just fired 1,000 something people.
Did they? Okay, let me use
Microsoft,
Google.
too.
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
use Google.
yeah.
1,000 people.
Yeah, I'll find you the exact number. But
No,
it
because
was- I
the
believe
Apple
1,000.
the Apple article I saw was 5,400 people. So, what? Okay, do you? And I know what people are gonna say is I love Trump. I'm not saying Trump is bad. You're just making really bad decisions right now. Like really bad. Is anybody that agrees with me?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I
know Jordan and
agree.
Matthew probably don't because they see what America is
No.
and that.
I do. The problem is what is set in motion now, whether it's positive or negative in the long term for your country, needs to be seen. It's still like I kind of agree with Matthew. It's short term, but I think it will have it will take years if there's a positive outcome, which I'm not sure of. That there will be a positive outcome. It will take years before you start noticing it. And the whole notion of, ooh, we're going to attract all these companies to build factories over here, I don't think that will happen. Nike
No,
already
no.
confirmed it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that companies are going to see this as an opportunity to come to America.
No.
If anything, it's an opportunity to say,
Let's go
let's
clear.
just move to one of the
Peace
countries
out.
he didn't hit. So I was looking at, oh God, what is the name of the company? It's a major manufacturer in China, and they were like, "That's fine. We'll just go over to Malaysia. We have a plant there, because Malaysia's not getting hit with that."
Oops.
You know what I
Wrong
mean?
with that?
Well, but okay, but now you're playing a game of cat and mouse, right? Okay, let's follow this company because then that's not targeted, not at all, because everywhere they go, they're getting hit with taxes. What are you doing? Like
Yeah, that didn't work out, right? Because they went to like Malaysia
Vietnam.
or whatever.
There's Vietnam.
Or to
yeah.
Vietnam, and then 2 weeks later, Vietnam got hit by terrorists that were even higher. So
No. Yeah, no. Mine is
Yeah.
like Malaysia. Like it's a tech company. I want to say it's DJI's camera department. It's a part of DJI that they manufacture in China. They were just like, okay, That's fine. We have 6 other ones sprinkled throughout Asia. We'll just go to those. But then you saw what Trump did, right? That was big news. Happened yesterday. He backed down. He backed down again. You can't, oh God, bro, it makes you look so bad. Like, if I tell you I'm going to do some shit, right? And then I'm like, I bluffed. If we're playing poker, right? And I got a shit fucking hand. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna go all in. I put all my chips in. Everybody here has played poker, right? Everybody played poker. Okay, so I put all my chips in, and then you call my bluff. You like, okay, I'll go in with you. I lay my cards down, and I got a high card 8. Listen, the game's over. You lost. And you can't come out looking like a champion. You can't be like, yeah, I win. No, you didn't. You lost, bro. Like you none of your shit is going through. Are you just throwing things at a fan to see what hits it and how much it is spread?
Yes,
okay.
I think that's what he's really doing.
And that's a president? And that's a president?
My firm belief is that he's trying to bully everyone to do what he wants, so that way.
How's that working?
Oh, he's failing miserably.
How's that?
It is.
You got, but it's not working. How's it working, Matthew? Tell me how it's working.
Because now all of a sudden he played a hand and he got something in return, because all of a sudden there's a bunch of countries that want no tariffs for American import stuff.
Yeah, like Europe with the vegetables and fruits. Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. But I'm still trying to figure out how that's good for us.
Because then you can export more, because the Europeans will not pay tariffs on what you guys export. So it's
But
better
it's not making us money.
to get something out of the States.
Explain to me what in Europe do you guys buy a lot of that brings us a lot of money? Soybeans? Seeds? Right?
Corn.
Oh, corn. Oh, shit, corn. How much corn you got to sell to get, I don't know, 15 fucking laptops? Let's bring it down small level. How many pieces of corn? What do you figure? 60,000? 70,000 pieces of corn? Okay, so if we said, you know what? Fuck you all. We're done, right? Fuck you. We're not sending shit over there no more because we're only making $20. We would rather, if this is Trump's mindset, he's in trouble. We would rather make MacBooks. I'm using Macs as an example. Okay, I get it if you're a PC user. We're going to make Macs here in America, and we're going to tax the shit out of that. We'll give them some tax breaks, but and then we'll just eat the corn ourselves.
Wait, pause, time out. Don't do that. I was reading an article the other day, and guess how much an iPhone is going to cost?
No. They changed. That's what I'm saying. Trump backed out. That's what I'm saying. Trump backed out.
3,500.
No, he backed out though.
An iPhone.
No, he backed out.
I understand he backed out. No, I get that, but that's if the iPhone was built in the U.S., it will cost you almost $4,000.
Okay, but
that
if
MacBook
that's
will cost
true,
you $10K.
Yeah, but if that's true, what was the goal to begin with? If you've done all the research and you know it's impossible, so what's the goal then? If you know production can never move from that country to yours,
that's right.
And that
what are you doing? Right, what are you doing? That's the question. But why do it? If you know that, first off, why?
To bully the country to do what he wants.
You want a president to fucking bully other countries? Like
I didn't say I wanted that. I'm just saying that's what he's doing.
And what's your reasoning, Matthew? You smiling over there because you don't live in America. You're not about to buy a fucking phone or a MacBook that was now $1,500 is now $7,000. Right? There's a big fucking difference. Like this is everybody else is like, oh, the corn's gonna go up. Yeah, I don't give a shit about, do I look like somebody eats corn? No, I eat very little fucking corn, okay? So I don't give a shit about the fucking, I eat very little vegetables. I care about the beef, which is gonna be on the fritz, right? Everything is about to go down because Trump has got some fucking complex that he thinks, I'm gonna fix everything right now. And I just want to make it clear to people in chat, I like Trump, but you are making me not like you. Like you, the shit that you keep doing, if you're going to say do the tariffs, then fucking do them. Then do them and be done. That's it. That's the tariffs.
Well,
That's it.
He is doing it. But he gave you a 90-day grace period until.
Yeah, he also said he was going to sell TikTok to somebody. Now he's got to extend that. All he does is fucking lie. Like, no offense, bro. Trump is the
right.
biggest bullshitter. At least with Biden, he didn't speak. You don't know. You don't know what he's going to promise. He doesn't even know where he is, right? That's a good president. He just mind your own fucking business, sign some shit that somebody wants you to sign, be done with it. Trump is like, let me stir the world pot. Let's just take my big ass ladle, because we're America, and let's take over Iceland. Let's change the Gulf of Mexico. Let's tax the shit out of China. Let's own Canada, make it the 51 state. Fuck Mexico. They don't need shit. They're just gonna pick cabbage and mow grass. You know, like I think I said Iceland. Either way, I'm getting to the point where you are making.
Greenland. I think it was Greenland.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's a cold country that nobody else wants except for them, right? The point I'm trying to make is I can't see anything positive happening out of this.
Well,
What is the end goal? What's the goal?
Well, if it kind of depends. If the end goal was to pull all manufacturing back to the States, that's unrealistic. That's
In
unrealistic.
4 years,
That will
totally
never.
unrealistic.
No, never. Nobody's okay. If you do that now, yes, you have more jobs in the States. Now everything becomes more expensive. So the average.
But then the demand is
numbers
lower.
that you
But then
sell-
the demand
the
is
demand
lower.
is low.
You understand?
Of course.
Now it doesn't help out America. Okay, fine. You bring all these manufacturers here, but now a phone costs whatever. We'll just bring it up to $2,000. Phone costs now $2,000. People are not making more money now. They're making the same amount of money. Granted, a phone is a luxury. It's not a necessity. I think we can all agree on that. That is not it's not food, right? It's not, you don't
wait,
need
hold on.
it.
I disagree on that. I believe today a phone is a necessity.
Okay.
The type of phone or what it can do is a want rather than a need.
Okay, let me ask you this then, Spade. Since there is now put an exempt, well, he paused it for X amount of days, so we can't really discuss that. But he did exempt technology, smartphones, laptops, he exempt that. But he put pharmaceuticals back in. Wouldn't you rather be able to afford some medicine that you need than
Oh,
over a
100%.
smartphone?
Well,
100%.
well,
That's not a luxury. Medicine? No.
if
That's
you're,
yeah.
if you're gonna say I'm gonna do this, this is the same shit that happened the last 6 months of his presidency. This is the same fucking thing. It is. The difference is this is the first 6 months he's in, not the last. You're making comments, you're saying some shit, and nobody's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, no, you don't have an advice. Well, he'd probably be fired. How about your wife? Right? There's your wife. She probably doesn't get in the affairs. I don't know. You don't have somebody that's like, listen, dude. Somebody has got to tell Trump he needs a man is only as good as his word, right? A man's word is his bond. If you're saying you're going to do tariffs and then you don't do tariffs, you're walking back and you're pussying out. Stop doing that. Do it. Just do it. That's it. It's 200%. I'm sorry. There's nothing to discuss here. It's 200%. We're done. That's it. There's no negotiation. It's over. Just like a regular
It
war.
would have.
Okay.
I think it would have been better to
something
just
that's not
let it run
sustainable.
out.
What do you mean let it run out?
I think it causes more uncertainty on the long run. People now he paused it, right? But you don't know for how long. Do you think people are gonna reinvest that money they pulled out because the market was crashing? No. They're gonna keep that money because they don't know what's happening next. So you lost your trust, especially for foreign investors. And I don't know how you're gonna get that back. You destroyed a lot of bridges. Even so, that from a European standpoint, he did that well. I think that's cool because
Yeah.
Europe was one. They were all together to negotiate the terms, and now all these countries are trying to call him separately. Hey, buddy, can we get a different deal?
Yeah, I get the idea of the negotiation, but then don't announce it publicly. You know what I mean? Like, reach out to Belgium. Hey, listen, guys, you guys have chocolate that's not really yours anyway, but for some reason you slap your name on it. We're gonna charge
He's got to be on the
20.
news.
No, it doesn't. No, it
No, no,
does.
no. You misheard. He has to be on the news.
Oh yes.
That's what's happening.
I'm sorry. I heard you wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. He wants. to
It's
be
because
on
of The
TV all
Apprentice,
time.
man. It gave him a fucking complex, right? Like, I gotta be on TV. I gotta say some shit that's got a ringtone like "You're fired" and "Cardboard" is the next one, right? Like I get it, dude. But you make everybody else. You know how many people that come to my house? I'm in Florida that loved Trump. Now they fucking hate him.
Well, but there's nothing wrong with that though. You liked him for what he said, but what he's doing is not what you agreed upon, right? That's just any politician.
No, it's fairly
Stop.
simple. A
There's not
politician
one
can
po-
wait. A politician could do whatever he wants. Whatever
No, he could
wants.
say whatever he wants.
No, he can do whatever he wants until you start hitting people's wallet. That's
Yes,
when they turn their
agree.
backs.
Okay.
Agree.
Also, I'm wondering if it were not played in the media and it's just one-on-one in a back room.
Sure.
Would it have the same effect?
I
Would
doubt
have
it.
the same
I doubt it.
story?
I doubt it.
Totally
I doubt
different.
it. I doubt it because it doesn't look
Not even
serious,
close.
right? It doesn't. You're just asking for some shit. We're not going to give it to you. You know.
And then you're not getting people panicking in another country either.
well, now people are panic buying. Right now, people are just. There's a guy. Yeah, I swear to God, true story. Guy. I guess he didn't read the news yesterday. A guy goes to Walmart and buys 15 iPhone 15s. Why? What news did you read? Like, where did you I want to see the article that told you to go out and go buy 15 fucking iPhone 15s.
He wants to invest in it.
Invest in
invest
what?
in it.
He already said the prices are not going to be affected. But then again, I don't know what Trump
wasn't
is
paying
saying
attention.
that. But okay, Trump said that. Yeah, you know what? We're going to excuse electronics. You're saying that, but you also said you were going to charge him 150% tariffs. Which one is it? Like, I every word that's coming out of your mouth now, I can't even believe. I don't even. I would rather Kamala Harris because at least then it's eye candy for me. Trump is just like an orange cotton candy, wispy in the wind. I don't even want to watch you. And then you hold up charts like a PowerPoint presentation from 1998. People, let go and let
Could have
God.
done that inside.
You know what you got to
could've
do?
done that inside.
Yeah, you could have thrown everybody inside in the room, thrown up a nice LED TV. Boom! Here's a chart for anybody that likes one. He always references fucking charts. Like, nobody gives a shit about a fucking chart or a piece of paper. Just say what you mean and mean what you say. 150% tariffs on everybody. Okay. Wow. Great.
Also wondering if all those countries that got hit with the tariffs got a notice before he went public.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
I would have given them like a
Like a memorandum?
No.
Like an email.
yeah.
No.
Some shit's about to go down in a month. Be prepared.
No.
Give them a month notice. You want to negotiate, and then that's the date I'm gonna just go public with.
But he
If you-
doesn't even. But nobody else is bothered by this. Nobody. Trump is. God, I sound like a fucking liberal. Jesus. I'm just saying that Trump is. God, you're making it hard for me to like you. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Everything that you're doing, I don't like liars. I don't like people that betray.
I get what you're
And
saying.
he's betraying you
and
right
it's-
now.
Yes.
I can see where you're coming from. But we had a kind of miniature similar thing about that years and years ago. Martens, remember, Jordan?
yeah.
He did some very unpopular things, and it cost people. It cost people money. Were more taxes, prices went up, but it did some very necessary things to the economy and to the, for instance, the roads. That there were several things that needed to be fixed, and all the other governments before they kind of pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it even
I
further.
agree.
And then he came to power and it took some very unpopular decisions. In the end, they worked. But
Yeah, but Belgium on the world scale isn't that as
No, it's
important.
not.
Weak
You
America.
No.
can't compare. No offense, right? You guys are like shit that's stuck between the threads or the treads in my shoe, right? Like I'm more worried about the bigger pile of shit that's placed outside my house where I have to use a shovel to dig myself around it. Okay? For people like you, what you're doing, Jordan, you're coming to America, you're giving money. I feel Trump needs to take every one of those motherfuckers in. Like you would be stupid to say no, bro. That's money. You at this point, hey,
That's what you want.
hey. I say cancel all the H1s. Get rid of them. No more. You can't come in here for. Well, it doesn't matter. No corporations are doing that. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Businesses
Yeah,
don't
they're
even
all
want to
pulling
bring
out.
people over anymore. So our population and what is the median household? What is it? 1.14 kids or something? It's not.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
something
two.
like-
It's a weird number.
No.
I don't know how you have a 1 1/4 kid. Just an abortion. You kept the
It's,
leg. You kept the leg. Got it. Okay. So
Slow.
you got the leg and the arm. That's part of the baby you got. We'll count that as a quarter. Okay, so you got 1 1/4 children. I don't know about you, but if you want to bring all the businesses here, you can't have a quarter child making shoes.
Have you seen the AI video of Americans making shoes?
The fat guy sewing. Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so I'm kind of glad you brought this up because this was something that I wanted to segue eventually into, but you brought it a whole.
We can't segue out of this right now.
No. I'm segueing what I wanted to say into this. So
That's not what a segue is. A segue is something you ride.
about the topic.
right, I said I wanted to, but you brought it up anyway. So the point I'm trying to make is I tried to defend this. What we're talking about, I tried to defend it as a joke. I was trying to defend it in the U.S. pro-Trump side, right? So I was saying like, okay, I buy this flashlight,
Yeah.
right? And this flashlight cost me $30. But with the tariffs and everything, it's going to cost me $100, right? I buy this foldable plier. You know, I bought it for $10. When it comes in with the tariffs, it'll be $100. So I bought it because it was cheap. And I figured, you know what? I don't really need it, but I got it because it was cheap. And I figured one day I might use it.
Consumerism. Got it.
Right. Now, if I'm not buying something that's made in China and I buy this plier, all right, I buy it from the US and it costs me, let's say, $50, I would think twice. Do I really need to buy the $75 one from China? Or can I wait?
Sure.
Can I wait
Of course.
to when I need
For the higher
it
quality one.
and
Sure.
I'll buy the higher quality one?
Sure,
Because
agree.
theoretically it would last longer, right?
Sure.
But at the same time, though, if like a phone, right? Most of us here upgrade our phones every year or at most every 2 years.
Not
right?
me anymore.
Oh, well, not anymore, right? Same thing with me. I haven't changed. This year I didn't change my phone. So instead of you spending your money every single year to keep upgrading and, you know, keeping up with the Joneses, you wait 5 years
Oh shit.
to upgrade your phone. But now
You don't think
consumerism
that
is
will
going
crash the
down.
market?
Yeah, you
You're
don't. You
ruining
don't.
the market.
Right, but then that defeats the whole purpose of everything. Now nobody's buying anything.
Right,
Then
but
no
now you're not
money.
buying it
Then
from China, and
yeah,
you're
but
barely buying it from the U.S.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
but now,
problem.
but now no money is happening. Now there's nothing.
Well,
You have
That's no
richer
money.
It's
people.
always been quantity.
it's not no money. I
You need
think
a lot of
It's
quantity.
spending it wisely now.
if you summarize what Spade just said in one sentence, it's you're reducing the impulse buys you do of
Yes.
product.
Okay.
do not
100%.
That will
But you-
still
okay.
crash the market.
Yes, but it's not gonna. How are you two not getting this? Like you if nobody.
I got it.
No, I don't think you do. Because if it's not about you buying that plier, it's about the fact that if everybody has that mindset, then nobody's going to spend anything. Then these
Correct.
businesses are all going to go in a deficit. All of them, right? Because they
That's
can't
what I
pay
was
their
saying.
employees. That you didn't say that though. You're talking about
No,
a
I
stupid
said
pair of
because
fucking
nobody's
pliers.
going to buy anything anymore because it's too expensive either way.
Okay,
so now
but
you're going to think I'm only going to.
I'm not. I don't give a shit that nobody's gonna buy it. I care the ripple effect of what's gonna happen to what happens after that. I don't care that people don't buy it. Even if they do buy it, you're not gonna buy it at the numbers that you're buying it at now, right? Because everything is higher. And that being said, that's only gonna hurt. Then businesses are gonna hire less people. Employment in Florida is on the rise. It's on the rise. Why? I don't know. There's a Wendy's down the street from me. I swear to God. On the door of the Wendy's is $23 an hour to fucking type in what someone wants. You can't find somebody for.
I'm in.
Listen,
I'm in.
shit keeps going this way for me. I'm going to fucking Wendy's. $23 an hour? Yo, to what? Man, take your order. Jay, you working at Wendy's? Yeah, what do you do for a living? I work at Amazon. Oh, because that's better. Yeah, I work at Wendy's, and I pull $400 a fucking day. That's what I do. So, yeah.
Wait, but what
Yes.
you just said Jay, is based on the fact that you think that. So if let's say I do not purchase that
Sure.
$10 piece of crap, whatever.
Yes.
The impulse buy. Oh, it's cheap. Let me buy it.
Yep.
Right.
I keep that $10 in my pocket.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna still spend those $10. The only thing is, I'm gonna spend them on something in the States. So it's not like the money
you won't.
is not going to get spent anymore.
Who says no?
No,
Why are
no,
you saying
no,
Jay?
no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Because first off, you don't buy that shit from the States. You buy that shit from China. That's not coming
Right,
from
but you're
the
not
States.
buying it anymore. You're just going to wait for an
China's
American
not.
made one.
Whoa. China's not going to stop making things. What the fuck are we
But you're not
talking
going to
about?
see the value in it.
Yeah.
Like right now, I impulse
For
buy.
the
I bought
European,
this.
for everybody else outside of America, okay, for Jorn, for Matthew, for anybody, Steve in Germany, they're not going to see it like America is.
No. Wait, you got me wrong. I was speaking if I was in America.
Oh, okay.
from
So
you-
you're in America.
point of
Yeah.
view.
So you're going to save your money. Whatever. So let's say instead of you buying a $10 pair of pliers, let's play this out. I don't know why we're so focused on a fucking $10 pair of pliers. But okay, so we're on this $10 pair of pliers. You don't buy it. How long do you wait? Watch this. How long do you wait to get the regular size? The
When
big,
you really
the-
need it.
No, that's not the
The
question.
sale just
I don't
disappears.
give a shit about when you need it. How long are you going to wait to get that? As a business, I don't care
Could be
about what
never.
you're. Could be never.
Could be
Great.
never.
So I never make money.
But that's the problem. That was the underlying problem. Because if you're trying to force people not to buy the Chinese thing because it was so cheap and they're making it more expensive with the tariffs, and you want to bring back everything to the
That's
US,
not what Trump is
you're
doing.
thinking.
Trump's not doing that. Trump's not like. No, I don't think Trump's doing that. I don't think
You
it
don't
has.
think so?
No.
He keeps
no,
saying I'll bring back businesses to the
No,
US.
I don't think. I think that's just like a scapegoat. You know, I think that's just some shit that you're
Oh,
just.
I don't
gonna-
know because I got my mayor over here wanting
Yeah.
to turn the Bronx into Silicon Valley.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, okay. With a bunch of transgenders
to build
with
microchips
gauged
in the
ears.
Bronx.
Get the fuck out of here. Where? Where the zoo's
Okay,
at?
but-
Where in the Bronx?
Next to
Where?
it.
Oh,
Right,
get the
the
fuck
Bronx
out of here.
block.
Yeah,
Down the
okay.
street
Next to the
left.
bridge?
Across-
Yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah.
across the street from the Starbucks.
But
Oh.
even then, the let's go with the IT thing. ASUS and MSI are thinking about doing manufacturing in the States. Let's say, okay, an average
NVIDIA.
high-end motherboard
NVIDIA wants
is
to.
$500. Now it's 2,000. You don't think that will affect sales?
And if
At
the
all?
and if the jobs are down, right, and if people are not making that money, you're going to have less people in America buying it. If I could get Jorn, that's in Belgium, whatever. He goes back. He's like, "Yo, Jay, I'm about ready to go pick up a bunch of shit from Belgium, like he's a drug dealer,
Get me
Connex
some
and
too.
motherboards. I'm bringing them shits back. I got them on the cheap, right? Like they fell off the truck. He gets it in. He ships himself in the Connex. We're making all this money. Now that's a federal law because." Oh my God, the trade war, trade tariffs, forget it. So whatever. So, but why wouldn't I just buy it from fucking Belgium then? That got it from China. That doesn't cost anything. What's
And that's what's going to happen.
What's the
That's
argument?
What's going to happen?
There is
Even
no
Europe
argument
is
on that.
thinking about it. Is doing their.
so now Europe's gonna make the money that we should have fucking made.
And then eventually he'll see that and be like, "Oh, let's change."
You
things
can't
again."
go
Wait,
back.
wait.
You can't go
Yes, you
back.
can.
No,
He did
you
that 3
can't.
times this month.
No.
He did it 3 times this month.
Okay. Once that goes into law, you can't just change it. You can't be like, shit.
We fucked up. Let's
how many
change.
times do you think you can do that before investors go, you know what, the U.S. market?
That's already
it's unstable."
happening. That's already happening. Look at the stocks. Investors are like, yo, we don't even know. Let's just put some fucking money in oil
Hold
in
on,
Dubai.
hold on.
That's not,
Let's not look at the stocks. Let's not look at.
You
the stocks
have to look at
because-
this.
Wait, the reason why you shouldn't be looking at the stocks is because when Biden had a drop in the stocks because of the shit that he was doing, it went even lower than what
Okay,
the Trump
first
thing
off,
was.
you can't compare what Biden is doing versus what Trump is doing.
The numbers were worse than the
No,
one that-
they
that
were
Trump did.
not. What
Especially
numbers?
when it came to people's 401ks.
Oh,
Yes,
fuck
it was.
401ks. I don't give a shit about that.
But that's
fuck
what people
that.
are complaining about. in the
I'm
stock
talking
market.
about Dow Jones. I'm talking about the Fortune 500. I'm talking about fucking 401ks. I don't give a shit what your retirement's like. I don't see any of that fucking money. I don't give a shit about your laundry detergent.
Then don't look at stocks then, Spade. Look at consumer expenses. People are
I'm not
already
disagreeing
spending
with
less
you
money.
guys. I'm
Yes.
just saying,
They
if we're
fear
going to
what's
look at
coming
it,
ahead.
we
And if
see
you're
both
spending
ways.
less money now and we're seeing the prices go high now, you're in the beginning of it. If you're talking 5 months from now, you're going to look at it and be like, holy shit. That t-shirt I bought for $12 is now $73. That fucking Hanes white 8-pack of shirt, they separated it. They didn't even... He took them out of the 3-pack and sold them as individuals because people can't buy a 3-pack for $300. We got a problem. Yeah, but he's not looking at the future. He's looking at right now. Bro, you are the fucking president of the United States. Oh, God.
Euro
Thing
is
is, though,
going way
that's
up and
cascading
dollar is
thing,
going
right?
way down. Another measure you can look at.
Say again, Maddie. You haven't said a whole lot because I know how you feel. You're strong as shit on this. Go ahead. What, Maddie?
That's a cascading thing, though.
what?
The knee-jerk reaction of people. Things are going down. Let me sell.
Okay.
Oh, I can't
more
buy
when it's
anymore.
low.
So people buy less stuff means in the long run that stuff is gonna be even more expensive
let me-
because it costs more to make it.
Watch how I do this segue. Watch, Spade, what a segue is. So Florida had implemented this thing. So there's a big news article about South Florida homes are selling for pennies, quite literally. It's literally what it is. I want to sell a house to you. Here's 2 cents. I take your house. What's happening is people bought these houses in South Florida in 2017 through 2019. That's Trump's first run. Okay, so they bought these houses. Everything's great. I'm going to go down to Florida. I'm going to retire. They go down to Florida now. And now, since Florida's like, we're not playing the fuck around with you snowbirds. When you come down here, you bought those houses 4 years ago. They're condos, but condos. That's important. They're houses, but they're condos or apartments for you guys in Europe. Okay, that's great. You guys bought all those, but you haven't been here for 4 years, right? Okay, so we implemented HOA 2 years ago. You have to get up to date on your HOA, and we're going to physically inspect your house every 30 days until that meets code. Whoa. And
They
you
can
know
do
why?
that?
Absolutely, they could do that. You know why Florida's doing that? They're implementing all HOAs because of Trump. So, because Florida's losing money. So we have to make more money now because, well, we have less people coming down here to retire because more people are staying up north to work longer. We have a problem now. So now we're going to fix it. People in the north don't like that. Well, then get the fuck out and stay up there. That's all. But
There's
now you
also
have
a
all
lot
those
of
houses.
Canadians.
But now you have all those houses that nobody's in. That's lost money. Right? It's not a big, it's not just a big scale. It trickles, and it's going to trickle. And okay, e-bikes are going to cost fucking $3,000 that were once $800. That's a problem.
Who's going to buy that?
Nobody.
And that's not only state income, right, Jay? It trickles down to
Yep.
restaurants,
Absolutely.
supermarkets,
Bottom dollar,
all
fast
that
food.
stuff.
Absolutely.
The problem with the e-bikes is as well that even the manufacturers in the States that make e-bikes.
They can't keep
use
up.
components that come out of China.
Yeah, but the argument was, so you have 3 e-bike companies, 3, I didn't even know this, that make e-bikes in America, like Apple does, how they design them in California, and they're assembled in California. Sweet. Where's the made in part? Okay, anyway, so whatever, you do that, but they can't even keep up with that demand. One, they don't have those controllers, they can't go those speeds, they don't have that look, they don't have that design, only China does. So now that's just more money for China. Okay. But a lot of people don't give a shit because they're like, oh, it's great. It's Trump. I love him. I love what he's doing. Yep. Until you order your McDonald's Big Mac meal and it's $37, you're going to be like, oh, shit. Oh, I guess I'm not having fast food. I guess I'm eating broccoli stems for the rest of the week.
Fast food used to
Yum.
be fast and cheap. That's why people got it. Now, it's I could go to a restaurant and get the same priced burger.
Absolutely.
And it's better.
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
better. What's the difference?
Yeah, the difference is you can't do that in a drive-thru, right? You can't go to an Outback Steakhouse and sit outside the window and knock on it like, "Hey, I need to do
Can I
an
get
order
steak?
real quick. Let me get a steak.
Can
to
I get my
go."
blooming onion, please?
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. Yeah,
Get your food delivered.
Even still, delivered. You're going to be cutting your steak with a plastic fork and knife, or anything.
You don't have utensils in your house, or what are we talking
What if
about?
I'm at work? What if I'm at work? What if I take it to go and I'm sitting in my truck and I'm doing it?
Oh, so you're having steak in between at work.
Americanism, Maddie. It's Americanism.
Oh,
we can have a
okay.
steak when we're folding our
I
laundry.
could if I wanted to. Doesn't
Sure.
mean I have to.
Yeah, but if everything is becoming more expensive, I think those luxuries will go as well.
But wasn't that his
unobtainable.
argument, though? Wasn't Trump's argument to make
That's the
everything
problem.
lower?
That's my gripe.
Isn't that
That's
what
my
he
gripe with
said? He said the prices will go down. When?
Eggs are down.
No. No, eggs are
Oh,
not
but
down.
Eggs are not his fault. There was a bird flu. There's this and that happening at the same time. You can't even blame that on Biden.
You don't think
Eggs
Trump
going
could
up.
make a phone call to a farm and be like, yo, get 65 million more new hens?
I guess.
You don't think that could just, you don't think that's a phone call?
Well, if
I
you
guess
can
you could do
nuke a
that phone
country, you can possibly order some hens.
Right? Let me get a ship full of hens. I don't know. China. Hey, no, don't do
Bring me
that.
the
Don't do that.
chickens.
We're going to get a new strain of COVID. Don't get them from China. Get them from somewhere else. Get them from somewhere else other than China. I'm just, I don't know. Like, I'm not embarrassed. It's just like, I want to talk to somebody who's an avid, hardcore Trumper, man. Hardcore. And justify what the fuck is going on. You can't. My man lies deliberately, backtracks, doesn't keep his word, has an ugly signature. That big ass
Takes
marker.
You know he does that on purpose,
half a
right?
page for the signature.
Right, just that's narcissism 101, right? If I
Yes,
can't read
he
the
does it
rest
on
of the
purpose.
article and I only see your signature, I have no idea what you signed this on.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
all that
wow.
matters is my
Yeah, because
signature
it
is
doesn't
on
matter.
there.
There's no digital copy of this. This is the only one. Don't photocopy that. You ain't gonna see shit. You see a big
Don't try
ass
to
D
sell it on
across
eBay
it.
either.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with that paper. I can't read shit what it is. We
You
just-
don't need to redact stuff anymore. That's good. That's
yeah, you
positive.
just go by the title of the executive order, not the details. Oh, this is the ban cigarettes. Yeah, we don't need any of the details. Just ban all cigarettes. Oh God, bro.
Look, I'll be the first to say and admit that I voted for Trump and I'm all for it. But at the same time, though, he's really fucking things up right now with the
Agree.
whole tariff.
Agree, bro.
And,
Agree.
and there's
Really?
no
I thought
easy
you
way.
were a Democrat.
Yeah, I'm a Democrat and you're Chinese.
I could
Oh,
be Chinese if I wanted to.
Wine dials. Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot we're in 2025. You could be anything.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't think I think he's right now he's failing at what the number one thing that he wanted to do.
You are right, Spade.
And there goes the stream.
I had something in my eye. I had to get it out. Just air it out.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I just don't think people are looking. I just don't. I think people are just blinded. You're blinded because this is America at the forefront making all these demands, and obviously these countries are not having it, right? The countries are like, listen, that's cool. Fuck you.
I think it's kind of the same as the vape situation. There's a lot of people, oh, it's not in my country, and then it was, oh, it's not in my state.
Yeah.
Until
Oh,
it
good
hits
point.
them.
Good point. Good point. And what happened to the vape industry?
Goodbye. It's
He's
self-inflicted.
gonna bring it back.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I made that video before he was even president, because I knew that wasn't going to happen.
He still has time.
Well, with him,
He's
you
going to
never
go on
know.
his trade war for the next year. There's no way. And if you keep backtracking, right, like, what is the goal? If you say, no, hold on, all right, fine, we're not going to do it. What's the goal? Like, what is the goal? I'm asking everybody in here, what is his goal then? If you keep saying, fine, you won't take it, are you trying to see a 75%? Are you trying to see an 80%? 5%? What are you trying to see? Are you going
Could he
in,
be?
going all in, hoping that they don't go all in or they don't call you? I don't know.
Or is he just trying to manipulate the market so that way everyone who has money
Oh,
is
that's his
basically
goal.
just
He did
buying
that
it now
already.
that it's low?
He did
That's
that
what I'm
already.
saying. Everyone's buying it when it's at its lowest that it's been in a while, right? Everyone just buys more now, and then eventually in a month or two it'll just skyrocket, and you just made new millionaires, or you
Take
just
a
made
lot
millionaires
longer.
into billionaires. Market manipulation 101, right?
Okay, but the average person isn't doing that.
No one cares about the average person, Jorn. Rich people care about rich
Okay,
people.
but that was the whole goal of this: is the average American is
No,
gonna
the average
profit from
American
this.
was supposed to vote him in.
Yeah,
the
then
rich people-
the whole plan doesn't make sense.
Well, he's the one with the deranged plan, not me. I didn't make up the plan.
Well, it kind of depends. It goes back to what is the goal. It's clearly not bringing manufacturing back to the states. That's impossible. And
Again, you keep saying
renegotiating the
impossible.
treaties.
I don't
It
think it's
is.
impossible. I think
Yes,
it's
it
just costly, and
yes, it
it'll take
does.
time.
Nike has done a cost assessment of it, and it's just easier for them to just keep it
Who?
that way and pay the
Oh,
tariffs.
Nike.
Nike, sorry.
That's
Nike
okay.
has done a cost assessment. They're gonna keep their manufacturing over there and just pay the tariffs. They
Really?
did the calculations of manufacturing in the
mean
States,
we're gonna be paying
and
the
it was
tariffs?
more expensive than paying the tariffs.
Really? So wait, is their prices going to go up then? Because they're going to pay the tariffs.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
now Nikes that were
course.
now $100 will be whatever, $220.
50.
And their plan is to lower the prices in Europe and China in the hope that
To offset it.
their sale numbers
Yep,
are going
that's what you're gonna have to do. But what does that do for the European Union? That brings
It
you
makes their
in
shit
more
go
money.
up higher.
It makes you more money. It doesn't help us.
Nope.
You're assuming that we're gonna make. I guess his assumption. It's hard to get into his head, but I guess his assumption is that people will still buy it, right? And they'll still pay that money, so it'll bring in more money. But after about a year or two, China's going to say, okay, well, America's not consuming nearly as much as what they were before. We need to slow the fuck down. It's not going to happen immediately, right? That's going to take some time. They have to look at fiscal year, right? People right now, their numbers are going to look great because everybody's buying shit. Until this gets
But in 6
stamped in, yeah, then it's like, oh, shit. We've had the same graphics card on the shelf at Best Buy, the brand new 5080 Ti, no, the 5090, right? 5090, that's the big one. The brand new 5090, and we've got it dirt cheap for $900 and nobody wants it.
They want what, 3,000 now for it?
Oh, it's a.
Only
If you
that-
think it's
that's what
high
goes down.
now,
that
if
that
Wait
all
till it
goes
comes
down
here.
because if everything goes up, everything goes up. Do you really think you're going to see a lot more games? If nobody has disposable income, everything goes down. Entertainment, everything. You wouldn't need the graphics card because there's no games.
You want entertainment?
Who's going to invest in that? Who's going to invest in
China?
the development of a game of 5 years and you don't know if you're going
No,
to sell
no
50?
one.
China
No one.
said,
No one.
China said we're going to handpick only a few movies a year for you to show in China because of the tariffs. So if I have a major blockbuster movie and I expect to make a lot of money in China, I will not make any money now because China says,
Shut up.
No,
Stop for a second.
We're not
Stop,
showing
stop,
it.
stop, stop, stop for a second.
They said that.
How much money? Okay, hold on. How much money does America make from China playing our movies? Like, let's get into
Box
numbers.
office?
Yeah.
Okay.
5%? 4? 20? It can't be 20. It's not 20.
They're almost 40% of the outside US market.
That doesn't. That does not still answer my question. If there's a box
argument's
office
sake,
at
let's throw
150
numbers.
million, 150
Here.
million.
Here.
No, just box office. Period. End of story. 150 million. How much of that is from China? 10? 15?
More.
Get the fuck out of here. No way.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's
a
the
lot,
final
Jay.
credit. That's the final credit right there. That's bullshit.
That is a final credit right
No,
there.
no, I mean that's the final credit. 15. They're making more than 15 million
making more.
from China.
Yes.
They don't even have our Facebook over there. What makes you think they're gonna play our movies?
They do play our movies, sometimes heavily edited.
Yeah, they make somebody that was black in the Star Wars not in it on the cover.
That did happen. That did happen. But yeah,
We can't show black people here. We don't know this shit. We don't know what this is. What the fuck is that? A monkey? Get that off the cut. Oh shit.
wow, this stream is going out the window.
In their version of the movie, he's wearing a helmet all the time.
Is he really?
No, no.
Oh, I was gonna say shit, yo.
Let's just
They gave him white gloves. They just
CGI
Oh,
and put a helmet on.
woo, buddy. That's a wrap.
Well,
But
is it
but
a
the-
far fetched nowadays?
Yeah, the outside market of China for movies it's high up there. It's not anywhere close to the U.S., but I would say it's closer to the halfway point of global market for them. Because think about how many people are in China. You got how many billions?
Yeah,
Even
but
if a quarter
no,
of
no,
them
no,
are-
no. But that doesn't even matter because you have more billionaires in America than you do there. We're not talking about rich people. This whole thing is not going to affect rich people. It's not.
Only the poor.
Because they're already pulling out of investments, right? Like they don't give a shit. All right, fine. Tesla's going down. We're done. Give me everything back. We're done. We're good.
Yeah.
Which only causes it to go down lower. I don't know if anybody doesn't understand stocks here, but it's only valued at based off of how many people invest. So if you got a bunch of people pulling out, obviously that's going to plummet. The more people that pull out,
Look at Tesla, right? Ever since Elon became part of Doge, what happened? Their stock went down 15%. That's not a little number. That's a big number.
oh, that's billions.
He should have never been.
Dollars. Billions
Yes,
of dollars.
he should have never been still CEO when he got a government position, regardless of whether he's doing it for free.
He ain't
He
doing
should
that
have
shit
never-
for
Do you
free.
really think the
He ain't-
masses
I'm
are
just
going to
saying-
make the
I'm
difference?
just saying, even if he did it for free, it's not there should have
Let's-
never been that. It's a
I want to
conflict
focus
of
on something
interest.
Chris said. It's a good talking point. Matthew is conflicted. He doesn't want to say anything. He's either grumpy or something's wrong with his mic because he's not talking. What if they do make manufacturing places here and the tariffs are equal and now the stuff is built here? Americans get jobs. Let's stop right there.
We don't have
Americans
tariffs
are
on
getting
US things.
fired right now. Like they're getting laid off because companies cannot afford that with the money they're making from China. So what does that tell you? If you make it here, they're going to make less money, thus not having the money to pay the employees. Because they're making the most amount of money right now with China, obviously. If you bring it here, first off, those plants are not set up. 1, those jobs are not there. 2, you have to set that up. How long is that going to take? 4 years. Let's just say you steamroll it and you do it in a year. That's a year of a terrible, terrible place to live.
Yeah. Unless, of course,
Just
after that
kicked out
1
all
year,
your cheap
everything
labor.
just.
Not going to happen. Not in a year. No fucking way.
it's not gonna
bro.
happen.
No way.
Right.
No way.
That's wishful thinking.
No way. You even with Apple's all the money that Apple has, right? Richest company in the world. You think that they have the capabilities right now to buy a piece of land and make phones in Texas? Are you fucking
Hell no.
crazy?
They're
No.
going to think it's the worst investment ever. They're not going to do that.
Well, that's what happened, right? NVIDIA, who was it? NVIDIA, Apple, and Microsoft all sat down with Trump. Apple,
Yeah.
NVIDIA, and Microsoft sat down with Trump, literally, like on a phone call. If you do this, our companies are gone. Like that, we can't sell anything anymore. Oh, I should have probably looked that up before I said we were going to do this, right?
Imagine he said, "Okay, go, goodbye, see ya."
No. Then he made a phone call. It's like, oh, electronics are not going to be. What was it? Electronics and computers, of course. Well, now you
Anything
just
with a
distri-
microchip, basically.
Oh, okay, so what else do you get from China? What are you talking about? That fake plier? Is that what you're talking about then? Because all I care about is the tech and the electronics. If
Right.
that's not touched, what the fuck else are you touching? Clothes?
Those would be
But
more
is it
expensive.
the entirety
get it-
of a product, or is it just the parts?
I think it's the parts of those specific chips, the conductors, the
Yeah.
processors.
So he is allowing them to import parts that you need to
Right, which
manufacture.
would not work for an e-bike, right? Like what you use on a phone is not going to work for a controller on an e-bike. Or
But it's
a
still
car.
a controller, though, right?
Or a car. Electronics
Wait,
and
but
cars.
it's still a controller, though. Then the price wouldn't go up. Then, if you're still building them here in the U.S., the price will go up, but not substantially to the 3K mark. It could still, instead of it being 800, it could be maybe 1,200.
Right, but then now we're talking about a 100-pound bike, right? You have a full Connex. I don't know how much a Connex weighs full. We'll just, Matthew?
Depends on what's in it.
Oh, so there is no cap at a Connex. You could make that bitch 60
There
tons.
is, but not off the top of my head. I
Okay.
don't remember.
All right. So whatever, you fill that up, okay? Now that one bike, okay, that's one bike. It's $500. Well, it's heavy. So now that tariff affects the shipping, the docking, the porting, you understand? It's not just the electronics. Tariffs affect all of that. Like every port that it goes to. Why do you think California has the most e-bikes? Because it's the closest to China. And then what about when all those ships, you guys remember that a couple years back where the ships were just sitting outside the sea and they just couldn't dock? And it wasn't because of COVID. They had nowhere to put the ship. No big deal, though. Nobody cares.
But guys, Trump is the best president we've had so far.
Take it away, Matty.
I'm not touching on that one.
Oh, you don't feel that way anymore? Or you just don't want to get into an argument?
No. I still think you should give the guy some time.
How
I
much
do
time?
agree,
How
but
much?
how much time?
2 years?
I don't know, but I got that's a personal feeling. Like, give the guy some time.
What
See
more could he do? Like,
He
if-
can make. How much work can he make it?
Well, that's what. Well, sure, you could go that argument. I was just gonna say, how much more can he do? Like after you're done with the trade war, you change the Gulf of Mexico. It's like you're doing your last will and testament the next 6 months. Like what else can you do? I don't know. Like you've built the fence back up. You close the borders. You're messing with the trade wars. This usually takes like 3, 4, 5, 6 presidencies. You've managed to do it in 3 months.
3 months.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what's next. Like, are you just...
Maybe
Matthew
I'm an
could
idiot,
say
but wouldn't
these
it make
things.
more sense to push through that?
What?
Right,
Push through
but
what?
you guys are saying this. You guys
Yeah,
are all
why
saying
hit
this without
pause?
living here. You can't see what it's affecting us in the long term. You're
Yeah,
just looking at it from
that's
the
true.
outside point of view. So if
No,
you were to
I'm
look at it from
following.
our point of view,
Oh, well,
you're like,
Jordan's
wait,
following it because it'll affect Jordan's bottom line, but...
Right. Eventually, it will for him. But for Matthew, on the other hand, he's going to be like, I still paid 99 cents for my eggs. You guys
No,
pay
that's not true.
$12.99.
That's not true. There will be effects that ripple through Europe as well.
Not
You
as
bully-
bad as
you-
over here, though.
Are you kidding me? We're already the top 3 of most taxed countries, and they're now implementing more taxes because they need to fill in the gap to build up our military again because you guys pulled out. You don't think that will affect our bottom line?
Oh.
Well, maybe you should build your own military. Why do we have to build your military?
Well, then I'm not complaining about that. Then you
Be
shouldn't
careful
complain
where you
about your little
tread up
fire.
with,
then.
with that one. Be
Why?
careful where you tread with
That's
that
an
one.
impulse buy. You can live without your plier. I can't live without food. If the taxes go even
Yes.
crazier, what am I gonna eat? Just
Well, the
sand
same thing
from the
over
beach?
here. The cheapest thing you could have always made at home to eat was eggs.
You
Now
guys
it's
are
just
on
as
a
bad
whole
as
other
buying a
level
burger
of
from
buying
McDonald's.
shit you don't need. We
Amen
don't
to
have
that.
that lifestyle over
Amen.
here. So
Amen.
if we already don't have that lifestyle and you're adding more taxes on it, we are done. We can't take anymore. We're already living a very basic lifestyle. You guys can do with less. We can't have less. Then we're
Because
living
you're
in a
already
box.
at the bottom.
Yes.
And Spade, the army argument, I wouldn't touch on that if I were you.
Oh, no, touch it. I want confrontation.
Why? I wanna
Touch.
hear-
Because
Touch, poke.
that's because you want the United States wanted to have a controlling interest in that, not and not
Okay.
have Europe have a.
Okay,
an
but now
equally
that, wait,
strong-
if that's the argument that America's out, then why are you still involved? Why don't you just say, fuck it, we're done?
Goodbye, I'm out.
Why not do that then? If America was the catalyst, fine. America got everybody all riled up. Yeah? Got them all riled up. Now you got people coming in troves to Belgium from Ukraine or wherever. Why not just say, get out?
Because they won't, because of the European Union.
So
you need to
the US
run
military.
for you need to run for party leader, Maddie, and start implementing some of your beliefs.
Oh, willing to bet within 2 years the country would be better.
Do it. Why not?
Money,
What's
that's
that
why.
gonna happen?
Money.
You're already
Money's
at
the
bottom.
answer. It's money. It's just like here, bro. You need money to run.
No, people.
Yeah, and you gotta either know or blow people. One of the two.
No, we're blown.
Yeah, it's not who you know, it's who you blow.
That is a fact.
Oh, but I see the ripple effect coming here too. It's not just you. If I'm a company, I'm now hitting with tariffs. I can either choose to completely up the price in the US or to make sure that my numbers don't go really low in the US market. I spread it out, which is something I would do if I have a product. I would
Right.
increase it a little bit on the European market as well as the US market, so
Yeah.
you both get hit a little bit, but my sale numbers go.
I have a
don't go
better
down.
question. I have a good question. Do you think that this is hear me out before you quick answer. Do you think that this is Trump's doing or somebody else? Like, do you think Trump thought of this, or do you think it was the Republican Party hasn't really done anything big economically? We should be able to do this, and with you in power, we could do it. You're like an advisor.
He says he has a group of advisors. I think it's a group.
You think that's him? You think that's him that just looks at a piece of paper, says, "Yeah, we can raise this, 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 and this. Let's do it."
No. He's
Yeah, I don't
There's a
either.
bigger-
I don't either. I don't either.
Someone
There's
above
no.
him.
There's a bigger.
Yeah, I think it's Musk. I think it's Musk. Honestly, I think it's Elon
But
I
Musk.
what's
think
Musk?
it's even bigger than
What does
that.
he have on Trump that Musk thinks that he can control it in that sense?
No. I just think it's like Trump said to him,
In
"Hey,
his
listen,
ear?
yeah, you did this. Well, what can we do to fix this? Well, you can start taxing other people, kind of like how it was in Africa, right? I that's what I think.
I would venture
I don't-
to
I don't even think that
conspiracy
Trump's.
theory and go even higher than that.
I would go on a venture and saying I've seen Trump's businesses all fail in Jersey, all his casinos. Right? Like I've seen them all fail.
Bankrupt.
I've seen his reality show. I don't think he's a good
didn't
businessman. It
Wait,
didn't
wait,
fail.
wait. Wait,
Why
did
did
he
whoa,
lose
whoa, whoa, whoa,
money
whoa,
though?
whoa. Then what happened to it?
Well, I mean, eventually people got bored of it and stopped watching it. No, and
Well-
then because
well,
of
what
that,
about
the
Gra-
numbers-
well,
What
what
would you
about
call
Grey,
that?
what about Grey's Anatomy? What is that? That's been going on for like 30 years. What about CSI?
Okay,
It's been going on for
people
20.
still watch it.
Right,
People
sure.
still watch it.
People were still watching The
It's
Apprentice. Why-
captivating.
People were still watching The Apprentice on the last episode. Why did it stop then? if it wasn't canceled?
Because
Have you
the
dug
numbers
into
weren't
this?
the same.
No, that's not why.
No?
No.
Then
Oh,
what
no.
was it?
It wasn't that.
He wanted more money to stay?
No. Have you done any research on Trump at all? Like any?
I have no idea. I never pay attention to his shows in that sense. So I didn't check
Well,
those.
it's not about the shows. It's about the business ventures. And as a businessman, because people say he's a successful
yeah.
businessman.
He's not.
Oh, okay. As long
He's
as
never been a success.
yeah, he's a businessman. Yes, I don't
Not
know
a
if I would.
successful one.
Yeah, I would not say. But I mean, he was in rap songs and movies. You know, Trump being the richest man in the world. That has never been the case. But yeah,
But did he lose money, Jay?
in The
Did he lose
Apprentice.
his
Didn't lose
shirt
it.
on those deals?
He didn't lose money.
Are you talking about on the show The Apprentice?
No,
He-
and in general, you're saying, oh, all of his businesses failed.
Oh yeah.
A business can fail, but did he lose money?
No, he didn't lose money. He
Yes.
still has the money. That's
no,
why
no,
he has
no,
it.
no, no. Whoa, booster seat. Get off your notch. No, he lost money, and the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. Yes, 12 million a year or something for like the last 3 years.
Wait, hold on. Was it him that lost it, or the corporation that the Taj Mahal was in
Well, I mean,
that lost it?
it's in his name, right? It's the Trump Taj Mahal. So I mean, I don't.
But was it from his pocket? There's a difference, Jay.
There's
a
is
difference.
Is there though? Not when it
Yes.
comes to the
Yes,
IRS.
because
No.
You can't. Hold on. You
No.
can't be one of the richest people in the world.
Why do you?
and-
Where do people get that from?
I said one
Not
of.
one of
I
the
didn't say
richest
the.
people in the world.
I said one of.
When in '93?
Possibly 95. but
Okay,
that's not the
fine.
point.
Okay, fine. Yep, got it.
Just because your business failed doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you didn't make money. You still have your money in your pocket.
When a business fails, right? Let's break down the word fail real quick. If you either win or you lose, right?
Correct. Yes.
If you lose, what does that mean? You lost.
Correct.
Okay. You either fail or you succeed. Yes. Fail is equivalent to loss.
Sure.
Win is equivalent to success.
Yes.
So if your business fails, you won. You lost.
You lost, but that
Right.
doesn't mean he lost monetarily.
Yeah, no.
Well,
he still
because
has his
I've
money.
seen people over here that their business failed and they
Yeah.
walked away with a lot of cash.
That's what I'm saying. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, but a long-term successful business would get you more money. That's actual winning, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but they just start
I
a
agree.
new business and do the same thing all over again. and
Well,
walk
no,
away
he didn't
with-
start any
That's
new.
what he
no,
did.
no, he didn't. They wouldn't let. He tried to open up some shit in Vegas. They're like, we don't want your kind here. So no,
You can't afford Vegas.
Yeah, you get the second best. That's where you're going. Atlantic
That's
City.
why he was in AC the whole time.
Yeah, no, I get that. But that just goes to show you how successful your business is, right?
To be fair, I don't know if you could pull the same crap in the States as you can pull here, but there's plenty of people that go bankrupt and all of the money is gone and they
Well,
Yeah.
hold on,
His
hold on.
business
That
went
was-
bankrupt, not him.
Okay, no.
That's why I say it's two different pockets. Just because your left pocket doesn't have the same amount of money as your right pocket.
Sometimes I wish
doesn't
you
mean-
knew about filing taxes to talk about loss of money with businesses, but
Okay.
you're making it sound like the most layman's term. Are you wrong?
Yes.
No, you're not wrong. But the way you're wording it is if I lose money, okay, if I have a business and the business goes bankrupt, in the government's eyes, I have no money. That's why I closed the bank.
Okay.
Right. I it's in the name. It's bankrupt, right? Like,
Right.
You have no money. You have no bank.
Empty.
It's erupted. It's over. Bankrupt. I'm just putting those two words together. It works. So, all I'm saying is that all the shit that you did with your businesses, you can't do that with America, right? America's not a business. It's more than that, right? It's an economy. It's people. It's people's lives. A business, you could just be like, I employ 20,000. You don't employ 400 million people. That's other
But I
businesses.
think that's his problem, Jay.
Yes, I do think that's his problem. He is treating it like a business. It is not. It is not a business because we don't have the manufacturers to make it a business. If we had Apple, if we had
middle
Microsoft,
people.
Asus, Nvidia, had all those people, sure, use it as a business. We don't have shit right now. China's the business. We have
We're
nothing.
the middle guy.
Yeah,
We're
we're
the
the
salesman.
deliverer.
We're the salesman.
No, we're the deliverer. Like we.
Okay.
The problem is, how are you gonna get away from that structure?
The problem is that we've been using this structure
With
since-
what Trump
since
is
we got
doing,
rid of gold.
with what he's doing, would in theory fix it? Will it? I would love
But
to have
then
this
you-
conversation in
That's
3
fine.
years.
The tariffs is not a long-term
Correct.
viable.
Correct.
That's not possible.
I agree with that, and I think there can be. There's definitely some good that can come out of it. I don't see why you would pause it now, because
Yes.
that makes the market even more uncertain. I would just push through. I would just keep them and
Go
and
all
let
in.
it-
Raise it like 10%, 20%, 30%.
Good.
You know,
Good, but
What do you
definitely
think, China
not
now?
pause them.
120?
not fuck pausing it, not go 150, 145. What are you talking about, bro?
But
To me, it seems like he went blanket. Everybody's gonna pay whatever.
How did that? Does anybody
150%.
even know what happened with Canada's tariffs? Because I can't find shit.
paused.
Oh, they're paused. Oh,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
were they
yeah.
announced?
It was announced like a week or two ago. It was
March,
that it was
What?
paused.
No. When he said he wanted to tax Canada and Mexico. When did
Yeah,
he
and then
announce
it
that?
got paused.
No.
February or March.
Yeah, because
It
Canada
was
responded
March, really?
with,
That's
"Oh,
it?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
really?
so.
Then you're not getting that anymore.
Yeah, because I don't know what
was
happened
it?
with that. That just.
Oh, they paused
Well,
it.
yeah, but that doesn't matter because now you have the reverse effect, where Canada now is boycotting you, which in return is, well, they're not traveling to the States, so that's money lost. They're not using your products, that's money lost. And from what I've seen, there's also a lot of Canadians that have properties in Florida, and they're all selling. So that's also
Really?
money
Yeah,
lost.
that's a problem. That's a problem for Florida. Yeah, that doesn't. That's not a good look. It looks bad.
It's all money gone, and it's not coming back. You can't just do a promo video tomorrow and hope that the
We're on
America
sale,
is
ladies and
cool.
gentlemen.
America is number 1. Come back, please.
Special sale, 50%
That was
off.
Borat, by the way. Borat's here.
That was
Hello,
Russian.
Borat. A bottle of gypsy tears to protect me from AIDS.
Nice.
Relax.
Well, America's gonna partner with Russia now.
Cheap labor.
That's a listen, you guys. That's a possibility, man. Make
What?
Russia the 52nd state after Greenland, and you know.
Oh no, then I see it the other way around. I see Russia taking Europe over before that happens.
I don't know. Russia can't even get past Ukraine, so we can't give Russia a whole lot of credit right now. They're fucking
Wow.
stuck, and that's
True.
hold on. Let's be fair. It's in their border, right? Like that's right next to you. If you can't take that over, don't go over there. Like you're not ready. You can't even make it fucking 10 miles from your border, dude. Stop.
Russia
just wanna
can
see if
take
everyone pulls
Ukraine.
out.
Not really, because America pulled out, bro. We ain't helping no more, and they're still.
Europe is
Oh, no,
still
but-
sending a lot of money, and China too, right?
If everybody
Yeah, but
would've
China's for
gone
the
like-
other side. China's
Yeah.
for Russia's
Yeah, but
side.
Russia.
If everyone doesn't have external support systems, just let them at it and see how long it takes. There's got to be one winner eventually.
Ukraine would never last. If it was a
Man,
one
it
on
wouldn't
one,
have lasted 14 days.
right? But that's what I'm saying. If
If
it was a one-on-one, Russia versus Ukraine,
Done.
Ukraine would never win.
Let's
it wouldn't
be
even
cl-
stand.
hold on. Russia was in there for like 3 months before everybody started stepping in.
Yep.
They were holding
Because
on because I remember doing a stream about this. I was like, hey, they ain't got no help, and they've been there for fucking 3 months.
Yeah,
They
but
said
it
what's
we'll go
happening?
over
I think
in
he
a
was
week.
afraid of the consequences of if he really went full blown on it.
Oh, come on,
Possible.
Spade.
Was
If it was over, there was nobody else to complain. Like, if
He could have just steamrolled it. He could have just.
That's-
We
in
want
that-
it. Let's
wait,
go.
hold on.
Ready? Go. Blitzkrieg.
Okay,
Shit.
you
Wrong
take
war.
over-
That's what he didn't do.
Wrong
Imagine
war.
he took over Ukraine. All of Europe would be like, "Oh, we are so against Russia right now. Let's start another war against Russia."
No.
I don't think he wanted that.
Europe, no. What are you talking about? Europe would never go after Russia. Are you insane?
If they took over the Ukraine,
I don't know.
No,
Russia
they
kind of
wouldn't.
encapsulates
so why did
all
everybody
of
give them
Europe.
money then?
When you
They
look
give
at
money,
Russia,
but not troops.
if you look at Russia on a world map, bro, they take up like the whole top part of the right side of the globe. Like that's not somebody you want to piss off.
No.
I still say you do not want to mess with Russia because if they really get pissed, you're gonna glow in the dark, and all of Europe is gonna be Russian.
Yeah,
and
I guess.
Asia,
Agree.
Asia
And another,
too.
I don't know
another
about the
pro
lower
tip-
half though, like India and below that. I don't. That's too far. Like it's,
Nah, they don't
America
care.
too. I mean, we ain't but what 100 miles away from Alaska to Russia. That's not too far. That's pretty damn
I think
close.
if you look at it, he's been holding back constantly.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He would have taken over Ukraine like this. He's afraid of a world war. That's what I think.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Man.
No, I don't know about that. You got China and Russia. What other forces do you have that equate to those two sizes? I'll wait. I'll wait. Give me two nations, America and what? What's the next one?
All of Europe.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, because you're already surrounded. So, you know anything about World War II? When they tried to reuse the military after Germany already occupied that country, would you have 26 people? That's not going to work. You're going to need more. So, yeah, I don't know about that. When you look at the top three most popular countries, America, China, and India, you think India is going to help them?
No.
You think India is going to be like,
No, they don't. They don't like him.
no, they're not helping nobody. They don't even
think
help
India wants to help
themselves.
anybody.
Yeah, they don't even help
Yeah, they can-
themselves. Haircuts are
barely.
5 cents, and tacos too.
How
Yeah.
crazy is that? I
That's
could go
crazy.
and buy the whole block with $50.
Yo, you know how well you would live with the money you make here in India?
Holy shit, man!
But
I'm
you
a
are
king.
in India.
You're gonna have fucking air conditioning. You're gonna be the only dude in India with air conditioning.
Oh, so I know somebody
Wow.
that should go to India and can
Shatter,
have air
yeah.
conditioning every
Yes.
day, all day, in every room.
He can live with the heat, right? That's what he said.
Yeah, it's hot in
don't have
India,
to.
isn't it? Isn't it hot?
Yeah,
India?
it's very.
Yeah.
It's humid. It's super
But
humid.
with the
Smells like
dishes they will
curry.
serve him, he would lose a lot of weight. He will be
Imagine.
pooping.
Oh yeah, you be
curry.
shitting. Ooh, buddy, you be pooping. Oh,
I
God.
think you're lucky. You're lucky if it smells like curry. I think it smells like something else.
Ass.
That's like, and
He's
what's North
eating
Korea
fucking
doing during all this shit? Like, what are they doing? Just sitting back?
Are we really
Just
afraid of
chilling.
North Korea?
I don't know. Apparently we were for like a good 50 years. Suddenly nobody gives a shit about North Korea. It's just
That's because the son took over. That's because the son took over. If
too
the
many
father was still
too
there,
many
maybe.
bagels or something. That's a big dude. King what's it? Kim Jong. Wait, let me say it right. Kim Jong Un.
Wait, that was the father. Wasn't that the father? King
I don't
Jong-un?
know. Aren't they all the same?
That's racist.
No, is it? That's okay. Wait, aren't they all the same?
Yeah, it's a lineage, and the name has a small variation at the end of it, I think.
Oh, so it might be Ung instead of
If you
Un.
look at the last couple, I think they're clones actually.
Is one, is two, is the. There's some French in there. It's weird language.
Yeah, Kim Jong Un is the current one.
That's what I said. Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the current one.
Like, na 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 na. They gonna say, what is?
His father was King Jong Tu.
Still,
Wait, King or Kim?
Kim, sorry.
Yeah,
Kim.
King Jong.
Kim Jong Tu.
Two.
and then
Nice.
the previous was King Jong Il.
What the fuck?
Wait, before him?
It was the Korean War. There was nobody. he is number one. Like that.
Done.
That I think that might be
There's supposed
accurate.
to be-
Actually,
3, right?
It's funny because King Jong Un is my age.
looks good. Looks good.
I
For you
I
to
wish
get your
somebody gave
haircut.
me a country.
What you could have been, Spade.
Yeah, right.
Why is it that if we all I gotta go to, we're gonna switch it up. Watch this segue. Here we go. All right, let's play a game. You guys want to play a game?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a simple question. All you gotta do is say yes or no.
Okay.
Everybody
Those are
ready?
never simple if you ask
Ready.
a question, to be fair.
Wait, what are you saying? It's not that simple. Do you not want to do this? Then we could do this in Discord.
No, I want to do it, but you go like, oh, I'll ask a simple question.
Yeah,
Your
what's a
questions
simple?
are
What's a
never
simple question? It's a simple question. You ready?
Yeah.
If I was to offer you $10 million, this is about to be poetic. If I was to offer you $10 million, would you take it?
No.
Let me see that contract.
Yeah.
I want to see the small lettering.
The government was you won the lottery. No, whatever.
So I won the lottery and got some-
someone in your, forget me. Someone offers you $10 million. Do you take it?
You have to sign with blood or something.
That's what I'm saying. Is
It's
it,
a
is it
yes
worth it?
or
Yes.
no question.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Spade, yes, you take it. Now, what if I told you the morning after you take it, you die? Do you still take the $10 million?
No, thank you.
Oh,
I'm not stupid. No.
Okay. So that tells you that every morning that you wake up, your life is worth more than $1 million. You should be smiling.
Yes.
Agreed. That's a good.
I agree.
That's a good one.
100%.
Well, if you wake
could
up in
make
the
$2
morning,
million.
it's a good start.
Yeah. That's it.
And we'll kill it there.